Guess you wonder where I've been. I search to find the love within.
Hey everyone, I'm Jess and we're back with another interview. I'm here with
Joshua Sim, or as other people know me, my name on Instagram is The Drifter as well. I'm a Melbourne-based photographer, and I specialize in, I guess, conceptual photography. So a lot of my photographs, beyond just like a normal regular photo that's just, you know, kind of recording the world around you or anything, I try to create my photos, and I create work that's, well, I intend to be meaningful, and I guess when people look at it, there's a concept to it. And the same way that a painter will use a brush, I want to use my lens to express myself.
I love that.
And everything, yeah.
And what do you love about being behind the camera?
I guess I love to share to people how I see the world. I guess, you know, so literally when you're doing photography, you're capturing the world around you. And I guess it's a great kind of way to show people what you view and what you find interesting. You know? So I really like just, I guess, being behind the camera and capturing the world around me and creating scenes that sometimes I can even dream of and imagine, and then just to see it in real life and show that to people and share that to audiences, really worthwhile.
And what do you love about capturing someone, like capturing someone's essence?
I specialize in portrait photography. So I really do try to capture a lot of just people in general, and I just find humans very interesting, you know? Like I really like capturing the human experience and how diverse we all choose to live our lives and everything, you know? I reckon deep down everyone really has their own story and their own unique life narrative, and how different life is to different people.
Definitely, so like capturing their story in their face and...
And sometimes I capture my story through their faces. You know?
What first got you into doing photography?
So I started photography about 9 years ago, actually. So when I was like in year 7, picked up a camera for the first time.
Hey, there we go.
And I just got into it because one of my uncles just like lent me his camera for the day. It was like an old, basic like Nikon DSLR. I just remember how amazing it was, I guess, back then to pick something up like that and just be able to capture the world around me, you know, because I was always a really curious child, and I was always adventuring and exploring around when I was younger, and that for me doing that was able to record those adventures, and, you know, and slowly but surely it's really evolved into now me creating scenes and me creating exhibitions and galleries and doing something professional with it.
So you really love to tell a story through your works.
Yes.
So explain to me the story behind your latest collection. Is it
Tao, So that was a gallery that I did. So that was with a model. His name's Prince Del. He's also from Melbourne, but you know, he's around the world right now doing modeling.
There you go. Getting out there.
But that was the whole story behind that. Was basically had this idea that, you know, I think in today's kind of world, you know, it's like in our kind of generation, we're so free to do anything we want. You know, where generations and generations ago, it would have been, you know, like if your father was a blacksmith, you'd be a blacksmith. If your father was a farmer, you'd be a farmer. Your mother was this, you'd be that. You know, but nowadays we're free to kind of do whatever we want here. You know?
Decide our own choice of
which is great, of course, but it does come with this kind of anxiety now, where no one really knows what they want to do with their life. You know, I'm sure coming out of high school, even coming out of university, and even people now in doing full-time jobs, they still don't know what they want to do with their lives. Not many of us do, and this kind of was a testament to say that it's up to us to really decide what we want to do with our lives. You know, that sometimes we're blinded by this kind of freedom and we'll just follow what everyone else is doing. But beyond that, you can see through that and really create your own pathway. That's what I think it's all about.
Wow, that's insane. There's so much depth behind that.
So I always want to capture these very deep and personal and complex stories into something very simple. So the photos was just him wearing a veil, and the idea of representing this veil as being this anxiety but freedom, and looking through that veil, you know.
And seeing your destiny. So was there any other creative field, like when you were growing up, or anything that you thought that you'd get into?
That's a good question. For the longest time when I was younger, I always wanted to be an inventor, actually.
An inventor of like machines and stuff?
I always, there was, I forgot what it was called. There used to be a show, I think on ABC, it was called like The Next Inventors or The Greatest Inventors.
Doing this, and here it is. You just want to keep playing it. And this is true, is that you told me earlier, sometimes you just sit at home and just go, you do, don't you? Let's go. Come on. Good boy.
Okay, I think I do remember
you know,
that.
yeah, I remember that as well, and I used to watch that all the time. Oh, look. And that was was it he or she?
She'll just do
Oh,
it.
she.
Her name's Mew Mew.
Mew.
Yeah.
Hello. Something I always wanted to do, but
Yeah.
that was basically creating something.
Yeah.
And I always used to draw a lot as a child as
Yeah.
well, you know. And I actually used to be really good at maths when I was younger, like year 7, 8, 9. I don't know, I guess something switched when I was around year 10, where instead of I stopped doing maths and science subjects, and I started to only do like writing and politics and art subjects.
Yeah.
And I think that was just my own life saying like, this is what you have to do, you know. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's actually harder, to be honest with you, because when you do say a field like engineering and so on, there seems at least to be some clear-cut pathway where you can finish your high school and then you can finish your university degree, finish your postgraduate, get an internship and get a job and continue on that pathway.
Yeah.
But for an artist, and this is another thing that was talking about in the project, when you're an artist, there isn't like this clear-cut guide, it's just this kind of seed. And you don't really even know where you're going, you don't know how to get there, you just want to keep going and sailing. And now it's a matter of trying to find your own way through that, you know, which I think is, I have a lot of respect for people who decided to say that art is their career.
What do you love about creating, and what's the not so good part as well?
Oh,
Is that what?
that's a good question.
Yeah.
I love to create stuff because I think my story and my life is something that no one else has lived. You know?
Yeah.
And I want to share that to people. And I think there's a lot of things that I've had in my life that I can share to people, such as you know, wisdom, different perspectives about the world. And creating for me is just amazing because I don't know. I've always, whenever I was younger, I always wanted to separate myself from everyone else. You know? I always wanted to be different. And whenever we would say we would have projects, like an art project, I always wanted to do the most and extra kind of stuff, you know. Like, but also because of the inner feeling of that amazing feeling of saying I've created something original that no one else has made is great, you know. The not so great part is that the relationship you have with it when it comes to say making money and trying to survive off it, you know. Where it's hard to be creative when you have a lot of stress, say from your job, straight from finances, you know, how am I going to get my next project done if I don't have the money to do it? And a lot of people don't really talk too much about, you know. And this is kind of the dark side of trying to be creative, is that it's a very solo pathway because you're trying to create something original, and for the most part of it, sometimes you have to do it alone, you know, on your own, and you have to work so hard to the point that other people start to recognize that you're not crazy. You know, that what you're trying to do is something original.
Something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Definitely. It is a crazy process being a creative, trying to find the next job. What's next for us?
Exactly.
Yeah. But is that what you love about it? At the same time, it's. Do you love the hustle of it?
Yeah, I think it's so different to what other people are used to. You know? Because, for example, like I don't even know what I'm doing next week. I have no idea what I'm doing. I know that I'm going to be busy next week, but I don't know what I'm doing because no 2 days are the same. One day I could be meeting 5 different people for 5 different things. The next day I could just be at home doing editing photos and so on. And it's not like a 9 to 5 job where you start your work at 9 and finish at 5. It can be the whole day that you're working. People have the stereotype that artists are lazy and kind of just, you know, lay back, but reality, if you really want to succeed, I guess, in it, you have to work so much hard.
As a creative, do you collaborate with people a lot? Do you feel like that helps a lot?
So I've been doing a few projects recently with bigger teams, and some of my friends now who help me say come up with ideas or do the video aspect of it and so on. One of my friends, his name's Titan, who I do a lot of just like conceptual ideas with, and then another friend I have, Jaden, who does a lot of the video aspects for it. And it's been great because we created like a little team there. We haven't really called them a name, but we've done a few projects together, and it is great to have this dynamic because it's great when you work with other people as well.
Definitely.
Because you know you can bounce off ideas. Sometimes your ideas are whack, but no one's there to tell you. You know? It is a good balance to balance each other out, and it's also kind of good to know that like you're not alone in it, you know, and that someone else is there to push you when you're feeling down. There needs to be more collaborative based art because I think that's what art should really be, like a community kind of thing. You know, and it doesn't matter what medium you're doing. essentially all everything that you're doing is all the same because you're all trying to express yourself.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
right.
on, you know, musician, graphic designer, you're all trying to just show it to the world how you see it.
Yeah,
that's all,
being
yeah.
authentic to you.
Yeah.
And what is some like advice that you could give someone wanting to come into the industry? Would it be the same thing? Would it be-
I think so. I think when anyone that starts off, I think there's a really big excitement there for anyone that starts off because you meet all these people that are also creative and everything. It's great. It is great. Like definitely don't waste that opportunity to meet like-minded people and so on. But at a certain point, you're gonna have to start to think about you know who are the real people.
Yeah.
You know, who are the people that speaking English. Who are the real people? Who are the people that I really want to let in?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of the time, especially if you find yourself being more successful with it,
Yeah.
you all of a sudden find your people coming towards you, and whether it be good or bad. So you have to be careful what you let out
Definitely.
as well.
Let everyone know like where they can find you and where they can work with you and everything.
No worries. So my main platform is on Instagram, and my Instagram name is The Drifter. So THE DR1 FTER. And then you can go to my website and you can contact me through email or DM as well through everything through there as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, sounds epic. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing, about you, your collections and everything. It's been incredible hearing about you.
Thank you so much as well for having me. Best of luck with the magazine as well.
Thank you very much. Anyway, guys, we'll see you next time. We'll see you next next Thursday for with another interview. Please like, subscribe and comment your favorite part about the interview. Thank you, everyone.